No more. It is Joinen, and I can never get sick. The animated story ever. Remember the ever? The animated story of a person who never once, ever gets sick. Ah, yes. We like a Darman quote. Sometimes you find yourself in the middle of nowhere, and sometimes in the middle of nowhere, you find yourself. You just say the same thing twice? Yeah. You find yourself. Okay, so where are we going then? Where's this middle of nowhere?
Hi, my name is Arya, and I'm from a very small village in India.
Whoa, okay. All right then. I suppose you're going to find yourself.
I was born on a dark, stormy night on Friday the 13th, which isn't a big deal except when your parents are crazy superstitious. Instead of letting out my first cry, I made some spit bubbles and giggled. This child is weird. Why isn't she crying?
That is a weird kid. Just making spit bubbles. Send it back.
Look at her devilish smile. Once when I was 2, I was playing with my grandmother, and it was the first time I called out her name, Dottie. But it wasn't a celebration because the same day, she passed away. A few months later...
It wasn't a celebration because the same day, she passed away.
When I learned to say my grandpa's name, Dada, he passed away too.
Oh my God. This is the beginning to an end. If she says another word, she might kill us all.
And the very same day, my uncles and aunts left the village with their entire families. And my parents just got weirder and crazier.
I don't know. You're the one killing people, but saying their name.
I loved the color black, but they thought it was demonic. So they'd paint all my favorite black things pink. One time when I was 5, I rescued a cute black cat from the streets and brought her...
have overly superstitious parents. Hey, check this out, Mom and Dad. I found a cat. It's a black cat. You know what they do? They paint, says the one in the black t-shirt. They paint all my things black, but not the t-shirt.
Home. I named her Kali, but my parents went ballistic.
Black cats are evil. They'll bring death upon us.
But he's my little meow meow. The only thing that could kill us is his cuteness.
True though. This one cute cat. Nah, cats could kill us. Yeah, any cat could. Probably, if they wanted to. If they really wanted to, they probably could. Let's be real.
They didn't listen to a word I said and threw Kelly out of the house that night. And I was furious. I started screaming at the top of my lungs. And just then, there was a loud clap of thunder, followed by a loud bang. My parents looked out the window.
Yeah, I don't know if your parents are superstitious. Like, let's be real. I think whatever your situ is, it's legit. Whatever's going on here, there's something spooky going on.
In horror to see an ancient sacred tree struck down by lightning.
What am I telling you? What am I telling you? You growl and lightning comes from the sky and strikes an ancient sacred tree? You say people's names and they die? There's something going on here.
Mom turned as pale as paper, and Dad started praying to all 33 million gods.
By name.
We're sorry. Please, forgive us. We've been really, really bad.
Yes, we're going to bring your precious little Callie back right now. They immediately...
Oh, they're scared of her. That's not the direction I was expecting from my animated story, but okay. No, but still, weird family situ. Just a different weird family situ.
Immediately dashed out of the house and came back with Kelly at 3 in the morning. The very next day, they woke me up at 5 in the morning and took me to see my aunt, who lived in a far-off village. When we got there, a woman dressed in black clothes came out. That's your aunt. Go hug her. She's just like you. I got off reluctantly.
Reluctantly is downplaying it a little bit, right? That's a literal yeet. They threw you. He threw you off the cart. Wait. I have to see that full thing in motion.
Ooh, I got off reluctantly, but before I'd even reached my aunt,
It's just the, hey, hello. Oh my gosh. And she sticks the landing.
Mom and Dad were gone. They just left me there. I was about to burst into tears, but my aunt gently took my hand. And when I went inside, my jaw dropped. The entire house was full of black ornaments and decorations. This place was heaven.
Sounds like Sevi's house.
You don't have to worry about anything, love. I'll take care of you from now on. For days, I thought my parents would come back for me.
Ah, I thought you meant like 4 days. You were showing the 4 days and 4 nights passed.
But they never did. And I didn't even mind because, unlike them, my aunt adored me. She was a tarot card reader, but she never taught me any of it. Instead, she put me in school. When I went to school on the first
Dad, she put me in school. Yeah.
day, I was in for a surprise. It was an empty piece of land with cows and buffaloes grazing there. Oh, I'm so sorry, darling. I thought they had a building around here somewhere. Don't worry, I'll teach you at home. Well, she did.
What? What? Like, what was that story element? I'll send you to, she was gonna send me to school. And we got there and it was just a bunch of cows. So she decided she'd teach me at home.
Teach me a couple of things, but none of them were useful. Once when I was 13, I was playing in a field with the neighborhood kids when suddenly one of them...
You're not gonna like ask them, hey, by the way, where did you go to school? Because apparently we got the wrong directions. There was a bunch of cows. Where do you go to school? As if the solution to not knowing where the school is to just learn at home and like, oh, well, you know, we tried.
got bit by a snake. Everyone started screaming and running around in panic. Just then, a man came and decided to take him to the temple instead of the hospital.
What are you, crazy? He needs to go to a doctor right now.
Are you out of your mind? God will heal him.
This was nuts. But I wasn't gonna back off that easily. I bit him hard on his hand and he started screaming.
This girl is crazy. She bit me. She bit me. I need to go to a doctor.
Oh, there's a quick turnaround. Nah, he'll be right. He'll be right. Yeah, we'll pay for it. Ah! Her solution is to bite him. I don't know what will solve this. I'll bite him. It's worked every other time.
No, you don't. God will heal you. Let's take you to the temple. He immediately backed off and someone called the doctor and the boy's life was saved. But strange rumors about me spread through the entire village.
Like what, you bite people? Just like so far, you know, you remember that? Remember the tree? Remember the tree? The lightning? I don't know.
And this stupid girl, Maya, she was the biggest gossip of them all.
She's evil. She can talk to snakes.
Freaking Maya, of course.
She's possessed. She tried to eat a man alive in front of my eyes. Oh yeah? Then
At this point, I'd even believe it. Who knows?
you better stay away unless you want to get hurt.
My son is unimportant, so I'll take him to a temple because why not, but if he gets slightly bit by a then he need immediate medical assistance.
Classic Darman villain. That sums it up.
Scaring these silly kids away, but Maya wasn't one to be scared easily. She had this habit of picking on other people for no good reason. One time, when I was swimming in the lake by the jungle, she came along with her minions and grabbed all my clothes.
Let's see you transform into a snake now, Anaconda. Hey,
What? What? This actually has all the makings of a good Darman video. We've got like weird, overly dramatic situation. We've got the Darman villain. Actually, multiple Darman villains at this point.
hey, are you crazy? Give me my clothes back.
But they just ran away with them. OMG, what was I gonna do now? Make a gown out of leaves? Well, it wasn't such a bad idea, but I was furious at Maya.
What was I gonna do? Make a gown out of leaves? Well, you know, it's not such a bad idea. I could get some of the leaves from around that tree. There's that one around the corner, it's got pretty big leaves. Then I could go over around there, and I could get some thread. We could thread it together. Actually, I think I could make something pretty nice. Could make a real good. No, I won't. Instead,
Had to take my revenge. One day, I saw her making out with a guy behind a barn, and I just knew what I had to do. I
What? Ah!
picked a huge chunk of cow dung lying on the ground, made a ball out of it, and threw it at her.
Oh, right, now, obviously. Yeah, I think if I had thought a little bit harder, that I would have thought of that too. I mean, I've done that countless times. Getting revenge, making out with a boy, throw a big old turd. That'll do it.
Ew, gross. Who did that? Come out this instant. The guy who was with her ran away with the speed of a bullet, but
I am not kissing somebody who gets cow turd thrown at them. That is for sure. You and me are done.
Maya looked raging mad as I was
Everyone thinks I'm evil. I'm not. I threw cow poo at her. Like, what's the deal? She keeps going on about like everyone thinks I'm weird. Everyone thinks I'm bad. I throw cow people at people. People think I'm so strange. I bit the guy's hand. People think I'm cursed, which is weird. I killed 2 people by saying their names, and I summoned forth literal lightning onto a sacred tree because I was upset. I just don't get it. Where does the I can never get sick come in? I don't know if you're new to these My Animated stories. It doesn't. they never do. At this point, the titles are like, they're not even a suggestion. They're not even like clickbait. It's almost like they're mistitled. It was supposed to be a completely different video.
tiptoeing away. I accidentally stepped on a thorn and screamed out loud.
You witch! I knew it was you, you evil witch! You're so gone today!
You witch.
Do you think I'll spare you? Then she picked a chunk of cow dung and we broke out into a massive fight. But
A poo fight. Throwing actual cow poo at each other.
just as I was about to throw a huge chunk right in her face, she screamed.
No, not my face! I can't afford to get pimples! It's my wedding in 2 weeks!
What? Wedding? But she was just 14. For a second, I thought she was bluffing, but no, she was actually getting married. In fact, her parents were going crazy, boasting about her grand wedding all through the village. And Maya, she was getting all the attention she craved for. But this was crazy. She was just a kid. On the day of her engagement, my aunt took me to the party.
Maya's wedding. Maya's wedding. Yeah, no, you guys understand. It was going to be a wedding. We thought it was, but it actually turns out it was just a wedding event where it just sort of goes around the yard and... No, anyway, can't get poo on the face. Getting married.
When all the people left, I saw Maya crying all alone. Something was wrong. Maya, are you okay?
Get off me, witch! I don't want your sympathy! It's bad enough I'm getting married without my will. Just go away. But...
I mean... This was a quick turn of events, a turn of story. We didn't really have much of a story up until now. Now it's really the Maya show.
You looked so happy, and you always tell everyone how excited you are.
I lie, because I don't have an option. That's just how things are done here, okay?
This is not how it goes in a Dumb Man video. That's not how it works. Dumb Man villains are always wrong. Dumb Man villains are the ones who learn the lesson. It's not the other way around. It's not the main character learning a lesson about the villain. It's not that the villain hasn't been a villain this whole time and it's actually the villain who's in the bad situ. What's going on here? We're flipping the script.
But a dummy like you would never understand. Go away, for God's sake.
This was so wrong. Even though I didn't like her that much, there was no way I was gonna let it happen. I had to do something. So I decided I was gonna kidnap the groom and lock him up in a room.
Yeah. Right, okay. Good. I guess there's a solution to every problem, isn't there?
After all, it wasn't just about one girl. It was about all the young kids in the village and their future.
Huh? Was he gonna marry all of them?
Night of the wedding ceremony, I snuck into the venue. But just then, I tripped over something and crashed into the pole, holding the weight of the entire tent. The tent came crashing down, and within seconds, everything caught fire. People started running around like crazy. And just then, Maya came out screaming. I thought she'd thank me for saving her life, but she attacked me instead.
I thought she'd thank me for, like, kidnapping a man and setting the entire place on fire. I don't see what the problem was. How does everything always end up on fire in these? There's always a fire. This party's lit.
You ruined my wedding, you witch. I had been preparing it for weeks.
What? Something was really wrong with my ears. Her thank you sounded more like,
I'm gonna kill you, witch.
suddenly a man came rushing in and said,
The crops, they're burning. The fire has spread to the fields. We're all ruined.
Oh, this got out of hand, you know? First minute you're kidnapping a man, and next the whole village is burning down. Jeez. It starts off with such a small innocent act, you know?
OMG, what was it now? All of this because of a stupid tripping incident? But instead of running to the crop fields, everyone looked at me in shock, and I knew that look too well. I was so doomed. I ran home to save my butt and locked all the doors and windows. Just then my aunt came running. What's wrong? What happened?
I kidnapped a man, burnt an entire wedding to the ground, and now everyone's crops are on fire. Why? What happened with you? How's things?
Who's knocking like a mad dog on the door? No, don't open that! There were angry villagers chanting outside that they wanted to throw me out of the village this instant.
She's the devil. She put our crops on fire. We can't let her live with us anymore.
What? It was all a freaking mistake. Why?
What about the guy who got kidnapped? Was he in the same building that got burnt down? What happened to him?
Were they acting this crazy? For the first time, I felt so bad and almost burst into tears. My aunt hugged me tight and said, "Don't worry, my child. I got this." She went out and told the villagers that I had already fled from the village, but the villagers wouldn't believe her.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm sure.
They stayed outside my house day and night until they were sure that I'd actually left. My aunt kept me hidden inside the house for months until one day I heard that there was a serious illness spreading all
The coronavirus. The coronavirus has come. Just when the story could not get more complicated.
all through the nearby villages. Auntie, I'm so scared. What's gonna happen? I have no idea,
Lockdown. Yeah, lockdown. It's lockdown. Everyone is just gonna go do the same thing you've just been doing for a few months.
Aria. But no matter what, promise me you won't step outside of the house. Well, I did as she asked, but then one day,
What are you talking about? I haven't been out of the house in months. What do you expect?
she also fell seriously ill, and I had no choice but to leave the house to get her medicine. But as soon as the villagers saw me, their faces turned pale white. They were running away from me and screaming at the top of their lungs. She's back! She's back! The devil is back!
Oh, and they reckon she brought the Koval with her.
She's brought a new plague with her to kill us all this time.
What? Why were they all so freaking dumb? But I didn't care. I had something more
I just burned the place down and moved on.
important to do. I rushed to the hospital, but as soon as I got there, even the doctors looked at me in shock. What?
Yeah, give me some medicine or I'll burn your doctor place down.
Did they also think I was a freak? A doctor called me and asked why I had no red dots on my body like everyone else. Well, I bathed
Like everyone else. Just quick pan to the person like
daily. I guess that's why. He looked at me confused, but then they conducted a whole lot of tests on me. I was all freaked out. Why were they doing all this?
I can never get sick. Ever. There it is. There it is. We got there. Oh boy. She's gonna be the savior. She's got the antibodies and they're gonna use it to make a vaccine or something. And then 80% of them will get it. 20% will be like, no. And then, but she can't get sick. They said it couldn't be done.
I wasn't some freaking alien. Moments later, the nurse came out and screamed.
You were right, sir. She's the one.
The one? What the one? It turned out they found the antibodies to the disease in my blood. Apparently, my blood was now the cure to the deadly disease that was.
I guess you're doctors, you know what you're doing, but this looks slightly concerning.
And I could save everyone's life. When everyone recovered, the doctors told all the villagers that it was me who saved lives. Everyone looked shocked at first, but
Yeah, the one who burnt everything down? We'll call it even.
then they started screaming.
Goddess, goddess, she's a goddess. She saved our lives.
People started coming to me with gifts and presents. It was all so crazy. For God's sake, what was wrong with
For me's sake!
these people? No, stop it, please. I'm no goddess, and neither am I the devil. I'm just a normal human being like you people.
I am not a goddess. I am not amazing. I am just regular, like you. But please, keep bringing the gifts.
It was just a stroke of luck that my blood had the cure. For the first time, I felt the people were actually listening to me. If you really want to give me something, then please stop with these stupid superstitions and abolish all the age-old rules that are ruining our kids' lives and their futures. We don't need that. We need schools and facilities and better hospitals so that more lives can be saved. After that, there was a long silence, and I was...
No, stop with your ways. We need schools, not cow fields.
all ready to sneak my butt out of that place in case they got mad at me again. But thankfully, they understood. After that, I left the village to go to school and study more about science and medicine. And I was appointed the new chief of the village.
Uh-oh. Okay. Right. Woo, what a ride. Hurrah. 3 cheers for the chief of the village. I am not a goddess or the devil. I can summon lightning. But that's neither here nor there. What a relatable story. Wow. I can never get sick ever. Anyways, I'm just here in India and I have superstitious parents. And then I threw poo at a lady. And then I burned a whole wedding down. And then I was a virus and a little sick. And I was the one with the antibodies, blah, 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 blah. Done. I'm not a goddess. And yeah, and now I'm a chief. Anyway, follow me on Twitch. We do film these live. Get some of the lemon carton merch down in the description, down below. You can get it down below. It's got a cute little lemon carton on it. And I will see you, people, tomorrow.